if you were a part of our SmackDown review, you would have heard that Alexa Bliss, she won a qualifying match to advance to Money in the Bank. But this led to fan outrage. I mean, I guess you could say, oh, the women were kind of taking it from fan outrage. So you had Becky Lynch, she had some outrage. You had Rhea Ripley, she got some backlash for looking at the title, indicating that she's going to be going for the title once again.
Why did Becky Lynch give outrage?
Well, they called her Becky Hogan.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, Rhea Ripley, she indicated that she's going to go after the title again, so people jumped on her for that.
They're tired of Rhea Ripley?
Yes. Because, the wrestling community is like, they only want the next thing. You can't be getting multiple title reigns or anything. You get one title reign and you got to go and disappear forever.
That makes sense. I don't know what your problem is.
Yeah. Well, at least John Cena's record will never be touched. But that leads us to Alexa Bliss. So Alexa Bliss, she was in the Money in the Bank qualifier. She was in the match with Michin and Chelsea Green. She ended up winning this match. And out of nowhere, this account, they put something on Twitter, and it gained a lot of traction. So much so that Alexa Bliss herself had to respond to it. So this comes from Ghost of Madness. Now, if you look at their account, all they do is aggregate. But Ghost of Madness posted, "Who let that old lady back in the game? Question mark. Chelsea deserved it more." Now, that was the tweet. It got so bad that it got community noted, by the way. Community note was Alexa Bliss, who was at the age of 33, so she's old lady at 33, was the youngest person in this match. Chelsea is 34, Michin is 36.
Damn.
Yeah. So, old lady Alexa Bliss at the ripe age of 33, over the hill. Now, you had a lot of people who were defending the fact that Alexa Bliss was underage, or not underage, but youngest of this whole thing. That was really the most of it. Everybody was defending. Alexa Bliss is not even old. But Alexa Bliss herself, she commented on it. If you know the history of Alexa Bliss, if she comments on something, first of all, she always does the victim thing, but she has a very loyal following. So once she comments on something, the following gets a hold of it and ensuing threats either which way. But we have Alexa Bliss. She commented and said, now this is all she said. "Be right back, scheduling a Botox appointment." The initial post, 1 million views, 695 comments, some reposts, some likes. Alexa Bliss's post, 160K views. So I'm pointing that out because the person didn't get ratioed. But yeah, so Alexa Bliss, she had fun with it, I guess, if you want to call it that. But again, knowing her following, if she comments on something like that, the pitchforks and the people are going to go after the original poster. Usually, when something like this happens, they'll come back and explain their side or, walk it back in some way. They haven't done anything. So the fire hasn't gotten hot enough yet. So when she said old lady, I think she just meant that, Alexa Bliss has been kind of in the spotlight forever, to where Chelsea Green is newer, Michin is newer, as in they haven't gotten any actual shine. Chelsea Green, yes, she had her United States title run, but she hasn't gotten any main event stuff. Does she even deserve that? That's the question. That's another question. But
she's doing that Secret Service bullshit. She was doing a seance last week. No, she doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, she probably doesn't. But it's just weird that first of all, that people got upset over this comment about Alexa Bliss being old. They took it literal. This would eventually then turn into the fact that the women are always under attack for ageism, to where the men, they're not really attacked for ageism. I guess this turns into a bigger thing.
Men get released because they're past their prime. They lost a step. They don't got it anymore.
Yes, but not as quick as the women do. That's sort of the whole thing is. We're talking about Alexa in her 30s being old. Again, people are defending it, so it's there, but I don't know if we're really talking about it. And she's still with the
That's kind of
company.
old for an athlete.
That's where they're going with the problem. So, like, you have Roman Reigns, he's in his 40s, I believe. Jey Uso's in his 40s. CM
Hmm.
Punk is in his 40s. Sheamus, he's older. So, yeah, they talk about, like, being in your 30s for a woman is old, but then you have men in their 40s. They're not getting the same backlash. Why is this even coming up, you might be asking? Well, this all kind of started with Dakota Kai. There was a report that Dakota Kai got released due to age, that she's in her 30s and she's too old. I don't think that's true, but I mean, maybe it is, but I don't think that was the reason she got released. I pointed out she was probably injury prone, yada yada yada, but I don't know. People are trying to shine a shine a spotlight on the fact that as a woman athlete wrestler, in your 30s you're considered too old, but you got men who are older and they're not considered too old. Like no one's pointing out CM Punk's age.
I'm sure there are. Just because they didn't get as much traction as this random account, that doesn't mean that those voices aren't there.
Yeah. Again, this person, like all they do is pretty much hate. So they're clearly an aggregator account.
Well, they got what they
So
wanted then.
yes, they got their attention. And again, that post got 1 million views. They're not verified, so they ain't getting paid for it. And then back to the age thing. I don't know. Is it a fair criticism? I don't know. Should men be treated the same on the age thing? I know my answer to it. I just want to see your answer to it.
I guess it depends, because generally speaking, I would think a lot of it has to do with how you look, and for most women, that's all that they have to fall back on.
Oh yeah, fair or not, but
And men, on the other hand, they have to be the top specimens and all that shit. I mean, today it's a little different because you got the Rhea Ripleys and the Charlottes, but generally speaking, you're still just eye candy. If you're not offering anything athletic, Maxine Dupree, then you're just there as a piece of ass. And if you start to dwindle as a piece of ass, then you're not useful.
yeah, you have to get some other talent.
Yeah.
But
And if you're professional eye candy, you probably don't have any talent.
I feel bad. Well, I mean, not bad, but just generally as for women, it's something they can't control. They always say Father Time is undefeated. Like, it's just something that's going to happen. But even for men, too. Like, they're judged off of not as hard, but they're judged off of what they can do. Like, you can change your style up and then still last a long time.
Ric Flair,
Yeah, Ric Flair.
they wanted him to stop a long time ago, and he still kept doing it. You're too old, Flair. Terry Funk, you're too old, Terry.
Yeah, you can just make a little change and you can still go. You just don't do the high flying stuff or whatever.
You got Sheamus. Everybody was saying he's fat when he came back that one time.
They ain't saying it now.
I don't know. I would say that men get it just as much. It's just not as amplified. He's 40 now and he hasn't been champion. Is there anything we can do with him?
Maybe internally, yeah, they get it. But either way, age shouldn't matter. As long as you can still go, I guess, age shouldn't matter. As long as you still draw, which it should be ultimately talking about. I don't know why we would talk about it, but what they should be talking about. Like, why do I care if you draw? I just care if I want to watch you or not. Like, I don't care how much money you're making for the company. If I find you interesting or not is what I care about.
Yeah, as long as it's entertaining. That's the thing, though. If you're still like in peak form, I don't think it matters. But the second you fuck up or you miss a step, that's when you're too old.
Yeah, and it's men's value aren't really based on their looks or anything. It's just what they can do. I saw somewhere it's like men don't reach their prime until their 40s or something like that. Anyway,
Shit.
so
Fuck you. But like even Tom Brady was getting that though. Like he went to Tampa, won the Super Bowl. Tom Brady's gonna live forever. And then that next year, Father Time's undefeated because he wasn't doing as well.
yeah, that's the thing. Like Father Time is definitely undefeated. So when it's time, it's time.